The markets have been absolutely wild. We're experiencing some crazy times. And today, I really just want to cover the stocks that I'm looking at, the crypto stocks that I'm looking at. That's really what I should be saying here because there's a lot of good stuff that I'm here to show you guys today. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at a plethora of things. We have DTT, MBZ, and SIF, all three, everything that you need to frame your trades, even frame your higher time frame trades. That's what DTT is all about. It's about timing the markets, right? So I'm really excited here to do that today. First stock we're gonna go ahead and take a look at is AMD. All right, this stock I've been looking at for a long time. Now I'm on the monthly chart. I'll go down to the daily just to show you guys a little bit of something else that I'm looking at with a very, very powerful indicator here. The first thing that I want to mention here for AMD, this was the fair value gap that I was looking at to take an entry off of, right? I added some shares within this area here. Now, I also added a bit more going into here, okay? One thing to note is the market, obviously the market crash, right? We've had a flash crash. But more importantly, if we take a look here at this monthly candle here, we had no wick. There was unfinished business down here, right? We call this a smooth body. Along with that wick, we have something else that's very important here. Another PD array, a monthly fair value gap. ICT is very powerful. Take a look at that. The bodies are respecting that range. The candles are doing the damage. Not a single monthly candle closed below this entire range here. So that's something else to note. And another area that I really, really loved, I saw AMD trade into, was this volume balance. Take a look at that. Absolute beauty. Right to the equilibrium level of this volume balance here. Take a look at that wick right there. And we have a beautiful push up here. Now we're respecting this area. I am looking for AMD to continue. But let's take a look at the lower time frame here. Let's see what we can see. That's the important part, right? There's a lot of noise here. Okay, lots of noise. And this is how I help myself kind of understand where we are at in the specific time for stocks. This is the digital time theory yearly indicator. This shows AMRP levels, simply stands for average model range probability. This essentially shows the average range that price may trade to between this time frame. Okay, so these times here that we have, let me just put a couple more. We'll put the history look back. This setting essentially looks back at the models that we have previously had for digital time theory, and we can use these levels and these times specifically to kind of put our analysis together, right? In this case, AMD at this time, notice this AMRP level. By the way, these models are automatically drawn. The moment that model starts, these levels are automatically drawn. Take a look at that. And look how beautiful price trades into this AMRP minus level. So for AMD, I'm really just looking for price to really just start pushing up here, right? The next model is starting. We have on 5/12, which is this coming Monday. So I'm really looking for price to kind of make, have a little retracement here and then potentially continue to push up higher. Now, I don't really see a significant shift in structure here on the lower time frame, but take a look at this AMRP, right? It's aligning up with that monthly level that we were looking at. If I take a look at this on the lower time frame, and I put extended trading hours on, just so I can look at a couple PD arrays, nothing too crazy here, right? Nothing too crazy. But again, if you do want to have a jab at this indicator, this is accessible. This is a collaboration indicator with the 2 Degrees community. So if you guys are interested in that, please do join the community down below in the digital time theory community, DTT trading community. And again, this indicator is not accessible through the DTT community alone. It is a collaboration indicator. But if you do want access to this, make sure to hop in the community. We go over stuff like this all the time, all for free. So my targets for AMD on the higher time frame, all this low resistance liquidity, I want this to be ran through. I am looking for AMD to trade to my first target, 115.89, and I'm looking for a continuation up much higher. My higher time frame target here, this is an area that I absolutely love. Lots of relative equal highs up here, 187.68. Longer term, this looks very great. The structure is there. But yeah, this is one stock that I'm looking at and I absolutely love. With the rise of crypto, there is a couple stocks that I'm also keeping my eye on. One of them is Riot. Okay, I've been keeping my eye on this for quite some time now. The setup on this is wild, right? If this setup maintains and holds, there's lots of low resistance liquidity here. Look at this little trend here that we have. This is all buy side liquidity willing to be taken, right? Now, my higher time frame target for this one, first of all, is 1587. Obviously, these highs up here, but then next I would really want to see a push to 2065. And then obviously these highs here. But we have a monthly imbalance that's really calling my name up here at $24 to $27. This thing has lots of potential. I'm really excited for this one to do its thing. But yeah, I'll show you the areas that it's respecting now. It's respecting this monthly order block here. You guys can see beautiful candles here. Not a single body closure into the body of that. So that looks great. On the lower time frame, we have a weekly MBZ. Okay. So usually type 4 MBZs, you will use fair value gaps. Okay. In this case, this fair value gap was closed. However, I do see an order block right below it here, right over here. And I also see a beautiful 18-hour volume balance with the extended trading hours on. So if I grab this 18-hour volume balance here, I don't know if you guys can really see this, really tiny area here. If I extend that all the way across, we can see how beautiful price is using this area. Okay, this is, I don't want to see price really head any lower than this for Riot here. I want this to kind of maintain here, hold. I want to see this continue. Okay, on the weekly, this is where MBZ comes into play. I absolutely love MBZ. For those of you who don't know what MBZ is, it stands for median body zone. It's essentially a 2-candle pattern, okay? Using points of interest like PD arrays, fair value gaps, order blocks, so on and so forth. Now, we have an MBZ here that occurred. We look at a reference candle and a confirmation candle. That's it. If you're looking at a bullish scenario, you're looking at a down closed and then an up closed candlestick. If we take a look at this candle, it closed above 50% of this candle. What did we see thereafter? We see price push up. Similarly over here, I see price take that low out, trade into this familiar area, okay? And we have an MBZ there. Absolutely beautiful. So if I grab this, we can see 50% of this was closed. Way more than that. We had a complete closure above this candle. Then we retested almost 50% of that candle, but we're stabbing into this candle, this red candle here again. This is a weekly order block. That's what we have now, right? And price is continuing. So in terms of an MBZ, how would your setup look like? Okay, this would be your mechanical model. Let's say you wanted to enter at the 0.5, right? And your stop is at the opening of that candle. What we're targeting is this -1 and then the -2. Okay, let's say you're targeting -2. This is a 5 to 1 RR right here. Okay. You realize how mechanical this is? I can change it to put this stop to the 1.5. Here's a 2.5 R. Okay. Then here's a 1.6 R, right? So it's absolutely beautiful what you can do with this. If I were to enter at the opening price of this is our confirmation candle, right? And if I wanted to target the -1 here, that's a 1 to 1. Okay. Then you have a 2R here. Notice, you guys see what I'm trying to get to? Very important. If I don't like this stop here, give it a little more breathing room for a swing. I'll place it there, right? So I know this is for a stock. This is just a visual representation of how you can manage risk with just this one strategy, right? And of course, and I don't really want to call it a strategy. It is a concept, but it is a framework essentially that we're using. MBZ, SIF, and of course DTT all together. Now let's take a look at the yearly model for this. Let's take a look at this one. So this one, the AMRP ranges are fairly large. Okay, it's a pretty volatile stock. If I change this one to 6, we can see the AMRP changes. So what that setting was the model look back, right? This setting essentially looks back 6 models within this time range, right? So we're looking at this model here from previous years, and it's essentially creating this AMRP range based on that look back. This is all data based, right? So for me, I'm seeing we touch into that monthly order block, we touch into our levels, and we are within that AMRP range here. Now, this stock has been around for a while, pretty volatile stock. So I highly recommend, again, when there is a volatile stock, change this to higher, right? The maximum for this one is 9. So we can see how beautiful so far these AMRP ranges are, right? Take a look at this. Look at this AMRP range, right? Notice how we traded into the same exact point of interest and we had a rally up. Look how beautiful that AMRP was. I'm looking for Riot to trade up higher. There is a gap here from $13, $13.33 to around $12.56. I'm looking for price to trade into that gap. And I'm also looking at this high here. Okay, so I'm really looking for this stock to kind of push up along with crypto. Everything looks really great. I love the setups. I'm looking for this one to run here. It looks great with our DTT yearly models. Here we're ending the near this model, so we got to look for the next AMRP levels, but also an injection of volatility here. Super excited for this stock as well. Another stock I'm looking at is HUT, H-U-T, also a crypto stock. Very similar setup to Riot, although there is not much, low resistance buy side. This one has made lots of highs and then, higher lows here, but really just absolutely gorgeous when it comes to using the DTT models. Now, again, these models are drawn prior, right? Before price actually gets to those levels, right? The moment the model starts here, okay, by the way, this was around February when the market started to drop here. This is a potential range that price can trade to. And what does it exactly do here? We see price trade to that level. Just absolutely gorgeous, right? So this is the power of DTT, okay? Using these specific time frames and understanding, hey, where can price trade to? By the way, these times are the same exact times every single year. This is grabbing for, dates for the entire year. Now, again, if you want to learn more about DTT, it's all in the community. There's a free section for you guys to learn. If you guys want to learn into the advanced, deeper concepts, we do have the Quantum membership. Great community, lots of lovely people in there. Again, we understand how hard it is to gain access to information like this. So there's a whole free section for you guys to go ahead and take a look at all this stuff. It's absolutely gorgeous. Shout out to Nine for creating such beautiful PDFs and ebooks. Lots of information here on that end. But for HUT, I'm also looking for this one to continue. I'd love to see this one continue to push up, take out this buy side. I know there's a lot of imbalances, but I'm really looking for this gap and this high up here around 32. This one looks really clean. The final crypto stock that I'm looking at here is Mara, M-A-R-A. This one, again, this one's just pretty wild. We have relatively equal highs above. I'm really looking for this one to just push up and really just go for it and attack these highs alongside crypto. I really want to see crypto kind of push up here as well. With these types of stocks, we see deep retracements. And again, I can adjust my look back. This one's pretty volatile, so we can put this one to 9. Let's actually put this one to 6 just to see what it gives us. Okay, there we go. Like 6 much better. I usually use 3, 6, or 9 random numbers, but really beautiful. I mean, look at this AMRP here, right? If there's a specific look back that Mara or a specific stock uses, really just use that one and reference to that one. Look how beautiful the AMRP here was. We traded into this one. Now we're seeing a reaction. I'm looking for all these ones to just explode here alongside crypto. I'm looking for Bitcoin to continue. We are ending the near this model. I'm looking for an injection of volatility here to the upside on this one. Looking for $21 on this, and then of course $30 as that maximum level up there. So this one's very, very exciting. Can't wait to see what goes on with this one. And the final thing I wanted to focus on here was Bitcoin, and I'm on a different chart layout. So what I'll go ahead and do is I'll go to this one here. And we'll focus on this. Okay. So similarly here, we are using the yearly model, right, for Bitcoin. Notice the yearly model for Bitcoin has started here, right? And what I am looking for Bitcoin, I'm looking at here for Bitcoin, is some sort of a reaccumulation period here. Okay, if I take a projection off this manipulation level here, we've touched that -1. I'm looking for a reaccumulation. So what am I exactly looking for? Either to trade into this fair value gap here on this daily and then continue to push, or a deeper retracement into this daily fair value gap here, and there's a weekly fair value gap right over here. And I would absolutely love to see this AMRP hold, right? And then we can see price start to continue to push up all the way to our -2, 2, 5, 3, and 4 here. My target for the end of the year, I would absolutely love to see 146K. But first, we'd have to see if we can get to 117K on Bitcoin. But this one looks very, very bullish. This is not something you want to kind of fade on here. And of course, using our AMRP levels, we can see how beautiful Bitcoin is, right? Using these AMRP levels is absolutely gorgeous. Bouncing in around between these two AMRP levels. But it's absolutely gorgeous. And again, this is something that you can use for your analysis. This is something that you can use on the higher time frame and on the lower time frame as well. So we have the intraday, weekly models as well that do come with the original package that you get. So really great stuff here. If you are interested in this indicator, please do join the community. But other than that, those are the stocks that I'm looking at. If you guys have any questions, please do drop some comments. Let me know what you think. But other than that, hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Hope you guys have a fantastic week. Looking forward to posting more stock videos like this. But other than that, I will catch you guys next time. Thank you, everybody.